So we have international master Srihari here. So he's from 19 years from old from Pondicherry, and he recently completed his IM title in the NOM tournament, and he has won open tournaments like the SCS All India Open with a score of 8 out of 8. Has been even better than that.
Third standard, I started this kid, like inches, and even after some 2-3 years, 4-5 years, the IM title was kind of very huge those days. Like it was not even it was like unimaginable some kind of.
So I have more questions, but before that, I think I know you have some games that, if we can, if you want, if you can share your screen and show, so that it would be great. So you can show, maybe explain your thought process or critical moments and what it is. So yeah, can you please share your screen? I think with your just. Yeah, we can see your screen now. So this is a game we see from Just you want to showing us. Yeah. Okay.
This game actually, this guy was rated around 1,800 in the Sieges, but now his current rating is like 24 plus 2413 or something.
Oh, he's an IM now as well? Or
He has one IM now, I think. I don't know. Like he was performing on another level during that Spain trip, and he was severely underrated.
Okay.
So, but yeah, this game I was playing.
Maybe you can flip the board as you are playing black. Yeah, flip the board will be better.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So I prepared something, but he was also ready, I think, because yeah, this.
And you regularly play Najdorf, right? Like you mainly play Najdorf as black against D4, correct?
Yeah. Okay. But I also go for dragon sometime, like some side variations to. In this game, I I went for that one line which I was playing on time to time on some occasions. But so I wanted to surprise him. Yeah. But he was actually ready for that because this line was also in my database. So I was also kind of in a dilemma whether to. So but I finally decided to just go for it.
Okay, sure.
So um, this line I saw um, in one of Rapport's game. I think I saw this idea. So after that, I always wanted to try this.
The idea is to exchange the dark square bishop, right? Quickly, or something like bishop h6 to try to get it, right?
Yeah, mainly the point is here queen t2 is not so. It's not the best model because if you go queen t2, then knight d4, bishop d4, and bishop h6. And naturally, all the players went for bishop e3, which is not good actually because it equalizes direct.
Okay.
So that was the point I was hoping for when I went for this line.
Okay.
So, but he went for this correct mode, bishop c4, and then I went for bishop d7, queen d2. Actually, I was not very much prepared for bishop c4 and all. I knew some ideas, but yeah, and here I went.
But now going into that knight d4 line is not that good. Yeah,
yeah.
Into bishop h6.
Yeah, mainly the point was bishop knight d4, bishop d4, bishop h6. Now it's not necessary for him to play bishop. Like he can move the queen, like queen f2 or queen d3. Yeah, queen d3 is even fine, I think, because the bishop is out on c4. So
got it. Okay.
So yeah, here I play bishop g7, and then castle knight f5. Yeah, this idea from then on I was kind of playing on my own. So this idea I was combining some dragon ideas.
Yeah, typical dragon ideas. Yeah, okay.
Yeah. Bishop e2, rook c8, h3, and yeah, h3 was also good, I think, because from till here he was playing fine.
Okay.
So knight c4, bishop c4, rook c4, g4. So here I don't know because here I was feeling like white is quite fine because he will get this mainly he's getting g5. So my knight has to go back.
Yes.
And also in the future, he can move his knight on d4 and play bishop d4 in time.
Yes.
So it also neutralizes my pawns to bishop. So I thought in a few moves I'm going to be in a danger.
Okay.
But okay, I went for I thought I need to complicate something. So just
So why
W.
queen c8? Like for example, just why not queen a5, or what is the key point behind queen c8, particularly c8
Uh,
square? What is the logic here?
Yeah, actually, mainly I did not want him to get tempo, I think, because queen a5, knight b3, and knight b3 and g5, bishop d4. Uh,
Okay.
that idea I was thinking during the game, but I was
Okay.
not sure.
Okay. Got
Also,
it. Okay.
yeah, queen a5, king b1 idea also I was thinking, but I
Hmm.
don't know, maybe queen a5 is even better than queen c8, I'm feeling. But
No, I'm
I.
just curious because I mean,
Hmm.
the first move that came to my mind was like, playing a6, b5, or some queen a5. Queen c8 was something interesting for me when I'm seeing this position, because that's why I was curious to know why queen c8 was. Well, normally we'll play queen
Hmm.
c7, but understand you don't want knight d5 or knight b5 coming attacking the queen. So I think that is why you wanted to go queen c8, I guess, right? Yeah.
Yeah. I did not want to give him tempo like he will move, he will attack my queen and then he will gain some tempo. That's
Mhm.
what I was thinking during the game, but I don't exactly know if this is the correct thing or not.
Okay.
But queen
Okay.
c8, this position is actually very fine for white. That I know.
Mhm. Okay.
Actually, yeah, he continued exactly. All the moves are good made by
Okay.
him till here. So
Okay.
this position itself, black is struggling quite a bit.
Okay.
So because he got the exact attacking thing, but
Yes.
my moves are quite my pieces are not placed in the ideal spots.
Yeah.
So here he played knight e2.
Okay.
From here on, his idea I was not sure. Knight e2 was also quite understandable because he wants g5 and bishop d4.
Yeah.
So that I was expecting. But after this move, he played one thing. That was the mistake I think. Here I went for a b5. I was delaying the castling because it was not necessary. I think because here I wanted to first start my initiative on the queen side,
Okay.
and then in the future maybe I'll castle or
Yeah.
when things get tough. So here he made the mistake. So here he had two options. Like he has g5, also he has b3. Both are fine.
Mm-hmm.
The main idea
G5 makes
is
more sense, right? G5,
yeah,
because
yeah,
that's
yeah.
what his
G5 was
whole idea
natural.
was.
I was also expecting the same during the game. Like
Okay.
G5, H4, and simply the bishop D4 will come on time. So even if I don't want to exchange, all I can do is E5 only. It will block
Yes.
my dark square bishop as well.
Yes. Correct. Yeah.
So I thought this position was not so good. But here he played one mistake. So he played bishop D4 direct.
Okay.
So this was the mistake he did because here the main point was that his c3 knight has no squares that he did not realize. Like bishop d4, I went directly e5.
G5.
So the
Yeah.
main he has to move the bishop back, and I get b4 with tempo. Both of these
Yeah.
things I get with tempo.
Uh-huh.
Also, queen c8 and rook c4 is there, so the c2 point is also weak. So his queen
Correct.
is kind of just so many tasks there. So
Yeah.
bishop e3, d4, knight d5.
And if he goes knight b1 here, what would you have done? Curious. Knight
Um,
b1, trying to put the knight there, or is it just terrible that you did not
yeah, I
really?
was not expect. Yeah, okay. Knight b1. I was thinking I'll just castle or some queen a6. I can't defend the a2 pawn.
That
And
is
yeah, I was
true.
thinking about castles. I think
Yeah. Okay.
not sure
Castles
because the
and
c.
then queen a6, rook c8, something like that.
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah, the c2 point is very weak also. So
Yes. Makes sense.
I thought he will for sure go knight d5 only.
But
But
one thing is, maybe as
hmm,
white could defend, is white could try going b3, king b2, rook c1, right? After knight b1. Knight b1 castle. and then white
Yeah.
could play b3 and try to put the
Hmm.
king on b2, then rook c1, or maybe white might try b3 followed by c4. I mean, after king b2. I know it's a bit of a
Hmm.
stretch, but if pawn takes c3, bc3, then then knight bc3, right? Something like that could be an
Yeah.
idea for white. I feel like
Hmm.
I just feel knight b1 might be better than knight d5. It looks like knight d5, just as you correctly mentioned, he can't even
Hmm.
play queen d5. So e
Yeah,
d5
yeah.
just helps everything for you, right? Closes the d
Hmm.
file and helps you a lot.
Yeah, true. But yeah, knight b1, b3, that idea, yeah, it could be better than knight d5. But yeah, even in that idea also, maybe some d5 ideas also will be hanging.
Mhm.
So
True, true. So
yeah,
if e d5,
maybe
you'll go
it could be,
e4, right? You won't like you just go and open up the bishop as much
yeah,
as possible.
like there will also be scope for the dark square bishop also.
Okay. If you can just
So
maybe put that on the board just so that, so
yeah,
people kind of know which one we just. So knight b1, and we are talking if castle b3, right? Castle
yeah,
b3, rook c6, I think. Yeah, c6,
yeah.
king b2. And here you are saying some d5 right away to stop. But if he takes d5, then
Then
I take e5.
yeah, maybe ED5 I have
Maybe you have to go rook d6, right? Either and try
no,
to
I
do
was
something.
thinking about knight takes D5 and rook takes C2 is
That is interesting. Knight d5. For maybe for yeah, actually that is true. E d5, knight d5, queen d5, rook c2.
rook C2, king A1, and
And
then
you can take on
yeah, maybe bishop E6 first. And
no, you can take on e2, right? Because if queen takes d7, you
okay,
have
yeah,
e4 check.
E3 is hanging at the end.
No, you can give e4 check and it is basically checkmate, or the defense on the queen is blocked. No.
Yeah, okay, bishop D4 is also coming.
Yeah, bishop d4, you'll play queen takes d7 and you will win the queen basically
Yeah,
on
yeah,
that.
yeah.
So that is a nice line. Yeah. Okay. So d5. So maybe then white has to go directly c4, right? Without king b2. Maybe if white wants to try.
Yeah,
That is only.
here
No,
maybe
not
that could
here. Like I'm saying on 20th move itself, c4. Keeping the king on c1 itself and going c4.
here.
Here itself c4, white could try. But I think you could
Yeah.
still go
Yeah,
d5,
also
I
here
think.
also you can play D5, I think.
Yeah. Give an exchange sack in the end of that line. Yeah.
Hmm. Yeah.
Yeah, so yes, very, I mean, typical dragon kind of
Yeah.
aggressive positions. Good, good. Okay. So yeah, please go ahead, share your additional lines if you want to share.
Yeah, so the game went when I went e5, he
Uh-huh.
played bishop e3, and for b4 he went knight d5. Yeah,
Okay.
maybe I don't know now. Maybe knight b1 had more resistance or
Yeah.
lines to it, but
Okay.
he went knight d5. Knight takes,
ID.
he takes, and from here on, it's kind of the all the moves were quite natural for black. That's what I felt during the game because I can go for anything. So
Mhm.
because my two bishops will get very stronger after some moves. Like I went queen
Okay.
a6, king b1, and here a castle. So the point was that so he can't do anything like he can't go gh5. This attack is kind of stuck attack because
Why can't he go gh5? Is it bishop f5, or is it like some rook c2 tactics that is coming immediately?
bishop f5 itself he can't defend, I think, because
Yeah.
bishop f5 rook c1 and rook
Even
c8
rook
is
c8. Yes. Yeah. True.
so that was there, and also in so many lines I can go for e4 kind of ideas also. E4 bishop b2, that kind of ideas also I can go.
Okay.
So in the game he went for knight g3.
Okay.
So I went for the natural rook f8,
Yeah.
and here he played rook c1. So
Mhm.
from here it started.
Okay.
So here I calculated for like some 20 minutes or something, and then I went for one idea that he was not expecting that idea, my opponent.
Okay. Okay.
But that idea that had so much details.
Okay.
I went for e4 direct.
Okay. Yeah.
So he took, and then here actually in retrospect, okay, I'll tell later because my main idea was different.
Okay.
So the move order here I played bishop c3. That was very interesting for me during the game. So I went for it, but the idea I wanted to go for bishop c3 was not the correct move order. The idea which I needed to
You wanted to
show,
play. Okay.
yeah,
What was
bishop
that?
c3 was not the correct move order,
Okay.
but that idea came on the board because he
Okay.
played wrongly.
Okay.
So that was the thing.
I also saw this similar, not Bishop C3. I think one of the games where you beat a GM, because I was looking at your games for this, and I think it was against Kaustav, I believe. You had a similar piece sack. No, not Kaustav. Sorry, my bad. It was a French game. I think it was against Sharan Rao. You had
Uh,
a piece sack. Similarly, you were going
okay.
on.
Yeah. Bishop g6 means
Yeah,
French.
Bishop G6, and I was seeing that, and
Mm.
I was actually going to ask like if we had time, but very similar in
Yeah.
nature. There also you're just putting the bishop just in front of the pawn, asking the
Yeah,
opponent to
yeah.
capture it.
That game was also, yeah.
Yeah.
I did not continue correctly after that.
Okay.
I had to go for something, but
Yeah, but okay. Yeah. So
yeah,
so Bishop
here,
C3 is not computer's best move, but it worked out
mm,
well, right? Is that what
yeah.
you're?
Actually, this position itself is winning for black, but
Okay.
bishop c3 was not the correct move order.
Okay.
So the best move was, okay. I'll tell after the game
Sure,
because
sure. Go ahead. Go ahead. Yeah,
will
show us again.
here he played queen h2.
Okay.
So queen h2 was wrong.
Yeah.
So this
What were
allowed
you
me.
expecting? Like what you thought was the best defense during the game? Was
During
it
the
being
game, I can't see any difference for white. I thought it's completely winning for black.
okay?
I didn't see
Okay.
any difference for him because all variations were working in my favor. Like bc3, naturally it
Yeah.
is lost,
Uh-huh.
and all the other things. I was having the same idea in mind, so
Okay.
I thought it should be lost.
Got it. Got it. Okay.
Here the point was that mainly I played rook e4 was the point.
Okay.
So the point is f4, and here I played bishop b5. So this was the whole point because he can't stop the bishop c4 idea.
Mm-hmm. Okay.
So bishop b5 had to see in advance, but there I said no, that bishop c3 was not the best model because there itself I had to go bishop b5. So that was the main
You had to go bishop e5 where? Like
bishop
instead of
instead of
bishop.
bishop c3, I had to
Okay.
go bishop b5.
Directly and then rook e4
Yeah.
and bishop c4 here.
Yeah, the main
Yeah.
point was that in this variation, like he went for queen h2. So
Yes.
the main defense was queen f2. After the game only, I also came to know about that. Queen f2. Here, if I go bishop b5, you can go knight d2.
Okay.
So this was the thing. Here I had to go for a draw. Maybe it is going for some line like this. But I have to take perpetual.
Can you go back to the moment where you, knight d2 position for a minute, where
Yeah,
white goes? So, okay, so if you just take on d2 and move the rook, then white will just play b3, yeah, to
yeah,
stop the attack,
yeah.
and you will not be getting anything there. And
Mm,
moves like b3 and all won't work here, right? Just simply pushing the pawn. I think just simply
mm,
c takes b3, right?
yeah.
Yeah. Okay, so knight d2 is that incredible defense here. Okay, got it.
Yeah, but yeah, so for that, I had to play instead of bishop c3, I had to play bishop b5 here itself. Here it will not
Okay.
work.
Okay, so now your idea is still to capture on e4 and go bishop c4.
Uh, yeah, but
Okay.
no, also here I have so many other ideas as well. Bishop takes b2 also is handy, is also
Ah,
there.
true, true,
So I
yeah.
have many other ideas here.
But why does this idea not work when the queen goes to h2? Can you explain that knight d2 line?
Yeah, no, here the point was that a queen, if you go queen f2, I can play bishop takes b2.
Yeah,
Queen f2, I can go bishop takes b2. That's the point.
yeah. And
So
you'll go
here I
queen
have rook c.
a3. Okay. Oh, rook c3 first. Okay,
Yeah. The main point was bishop c4, making bishop c4 work.
got it. Yeah, makes. So if they go knight d2 now, what do you do? Rook a3. Or if knight d2 stopping bishop c4?
Yeah. Yeah, maybe rook a3 itself is simple.
I think
Rook a1 and then
knight d2, rook a3, yeah, rook a1. I have a feeling that maybe you can take on c2, and I mean, I'm just saying some line. You can correct me if I'm wrong. For knight d2, maybe rook c2, rook c2, rook c2, king c2, queen a2 check, king c1, bishop d3. Is that a checkmate coming up on c2? So you will have to move your knight, but then queen b1.
yeah,
But is that only a draw?
but I can do king d1 as well.
King d1, queen a1 check, king c2.
Mm.
And then I have to again repeat. Yeah, the same
Yeah,
repetition. Queen c3, queen a1. Okay.
yeah, maybe something direct is there. Maybe some.
Or could it be that knight d2, queen a3 check, king b1, bishop d3? Would
Yeah,
that
I
be
was also thinking the same thing.
bishop d3, right?
Bishop
Targeting
d3
c.
and next I'm going to take on c2. So for
Yeah.
knight b3, you can just take everything and play queen a2 and queen b3 at the end.
Yeah. Rook. Yeah. So yeah, if you can just show that on the board would be great for me. Knight d2. Yeah, queen a. Oh, you want to start with this? I was thinking of queen a3 check and bishop d3, but you want
Oh,
to start with this. That's also, I think either works. It's, I think, just transposition, right? Literally.
yeah. So
I
king
was
a1.
thinking,
Yeah, okay. King a1,
now you'll
it
just
has
capture.
something.
King
Yeah,
b1, bishop d3. I was thinking, yeah, this just
yeah,
wins.
yeah. This
King
just
b1,
yeah,
then
it's
knight b3, I was thinking here. And I was trying to see if rook b3 will work here. Knight b3, rook b3, a b3, and then like some queen b3, but king a1, queen
yeah.
a3.
Maybe this also feels like it.
No,
Lost.
there is a funny line. King a1, queen a3, king b1, rook c3, cd3, rook b3, king c2, rook
Uh,
b2. But I think
but,
white will have enough material. No, rook to rooks, bishop. Not sure that.
or else there's one simple idea like queen b3, king a1, queen a3, and then just bishop c4. This one,
C3, you'll
yeah,
play
c3
B
and
takes
bishop
C3.
d3,
Bishop D3, yeah.
b3. So
Correct, yeah,
this
this
this will
works.
this will.
Yes, nice. Good. Okay, good.
So yeah, so that's why uh, here I should start with bishop b5. So this was the
Okay,
point.
got
But
it.
when I played bishop c3, he had to go this queen
Queen
f2, bishop
F2.
e5, knight d2 idea.
Okay,
So there I'll be a move late for
okay,
the same idea because the c4 rook was also hanging there.
okay,
So he went queen h2,
yeah,
takes bishop b5, and
okay.
here
So
uh,
instead of rook e4, if you played bishop b5, knight d2 would have still defended, right? So rook e4 here was
yeah,
important. You had to
yeah,
start
yeah,
with rook e4.
yeah. Rook e4 was the main thing.
Okay,
So also the main point was that uh, I also had one variation where it was that variation he did not play, but
okay,
I thought that to see that variation in advance was very important.
okay. What was
I'll
that?
show it
Yeah,
like
sure.
bishop b5, rook g1. He collapsed directly, so
Yeah,
I was not expecting the next move. So that
make,
that move I felt very proud during the game.
okay.
Rook c5. So the point was that bishop c5 and queen a3 is
Yeah.
coming.
You're deflecting the bishop.
Yeah. So
Okay.
all kinds of concept in
Yeah.
also
Nice.
also had this queen sacrifice also.
Yeah.
He
Queen
played
a4.
gh5 and yeah, he allowed this queen a2.
Nice.
And
Nice. Very nice. Very tactically sharp. I am reminded of one of my own games where I lost same pattern. I was playing white. Black was rare option. Sicilian dragon. I allowed queen a2 and I lost. I
oh,
later on you can go and check. Queen a2
mm,
never crossed my mind in that game. This was
mm,
similar dragon setup only. So I'm literally reminded of that game when I see the queen sack pattern. Yeah, very nice. A
yeah.
lot of tactical
Yeah,
combinations.
mainly the variation which I had to see was this a4 variation. This
Okay.
a4, rook a5, I was spending so much time on this variation alone because I was expecting a4 only. So a4, how we can break through, likewise I was thinking.
Yeah.
So after I found this only, I played all the moves like rook a4 takes and bishop e2. This thing I found. So that's why the whole thing is working.
Okay. And you saw this, at what point did you see this when you played this line? Like, when did you calculate this?
During rook e4 itself, I saw this bishop e2 line.
Okay, 24th move rook e4 itself, you had calculated up to bishop e2. Okay.
Yeah. So till after bishop e2, after I saw bishop e2, then it was simple. Like the king will not have the d1 square, so
Okay.
he has to give his queen. So
Yeah, fantastic.
after it was this way.
Fantastic. Very good. Good. So yeah, so great. Thanks for showing this game. Very tactically, very alert. And you generally like to play attacking chess, right? I've seen, I
Yeah,
mean, whenever I see your games, mainly attack and tactics are like main features of your play. Yeah.
yeah,
So, and you have, I guess, one more game to show for us.
yeah.
Okay. So that is from the IM norm tournament that you just played.
Yeah.
Okay.
That game was not very accurate, but
Ah,
that game I'm very proud to be part of that game because
okay.
the kind of positions that arose during that game uh, made that game very special.
Okay, sure.
Yeah, yeah, this was it.
Okay, so
So,
1000 Oliver. Okay.
it was French defense. So I was it was a two round day, so I was not so prepared during the game. But
Yeah.
okay, I had my normal prep.
Mhm.
So
I mean, lame joke, but I think player is
mm,
also from France, right? So French defense player from France. So
yeah,
you are from Pondicherry, colony, or used to be colony of France, right? From
yeah,
Pondicherry. Yeah. Okay. Keep going.
uh, yeah. Here there are two options like f4 and knight f3. So I went for the. I wanted to attack, so I went for f4 in this game.
Okay.
So f4, b5, knight f3, g6. Okay, g6 itself is not so good, I think. Like opening wise, it was not a good idea.
G6 is more like in, when you play online, you see FA coming. So it gives
Yeah, yeah,
G6 kind of move, right? In these
yeah.
setups. Yeah.
Yeah, the main lines were like, yeah, bishop e7, queen b6, that lines and all. So,
Yeah.
but he went for g6, and he also went for g6 in another game in the same tournament.
Okay.
So, so I went for bishop e3, queen b6, and I took.
So like when
So,
he played G6, just one question. Like
mm,
immediately, did you start thinking somewhere I should get G4 F5, or was it more like
uh,
I'll just play my development and then I'll decide when if I'll
no,
get G4
actually,
F5?
in this opening, actually, I have played so many games, like in online games and all. Also, I have played so many
Okay,
lines.
so
The
you
main
know,
idea is G4 FA only. In
yeah,
all kinds of
uh-huh.
structures, they'll
Okay,
always go for a G4 H4 and
yeah,
all,
okay,
H4 H5 and all. But also
okay,
there is like H4 G3 ideas also there.
okay.
Uh,
Okay,
yeah,
so you just want to develop now and then wait for the right moment
mm,
to play, G4 F5, yeah?
yeah.
Okay,
So here I went for a natural idea.
okay,
So here. The bishop e3 d5 idea is also a kind of a typical idea.
okay,
So since he had played g6, I thought I'll go for this idea.
okay,
Also, I'll get the d4 square for my knight. So I thought, let's go for this.
okay,
So I took on c5,
yeah,
bishop here, and here I played knight d4. So yeah, the mainly my point was like he has played g6, so the bishop he has to develop his bishop on g7 or some kind of thing like that. But so I took on d5 just to divert his bishop in this diagonal.
okay.
So the g6 kind of becomes pointless or something. But after this, it was just straightforward. I was simply developing this. Rook
And
c1.
if he had gone bishop b4 check, you wanted to go king f2, correct?
Yeah.
Bishop e7. You wanted to go king f2 and attack. Okay, just
Yeah.
wanted to.
Anyway, yeah, my king will be safe
Safe
anywhere.
there, so you can just push. Yeah, just want to, because I mean, I know you that was your idea, but just for the audience, I was trying to make that point. If bishop check, you did not wanted the king, like not like bishop d2. You just want to go king f2 and attack. Okay, keep makes sense. Yeah.
So yeah, here he played bishop e7, bishop d, and yeah, and he was going for the natural advance in the queen side. So rook c1, bishop a6, queen e2, and yeah, here I was looking for some kind of tactics will work on rooks. Like when he plays b4, he can't play b4, I think.
Okay.
Because I will take after queen into b4 is not possible, I think, because yeah, I'll take on a6 and then the c8 square is the whole c5 is under white's control.
Yeah.
So I thought yeah,
So
something.
you'll play rook c8 check in that line, and is it something like f5, or you're just going to go king d2 and
Yeah, I was
go
also
king
thinking
e2?
about such ideas, but I thought b4 will not work. Like my intuition was like that. Yeah, something will happen because his pieces are not so good. It's very cramped, this position.
Yeah. Even if not positionally, you're absolutely having more space and control of the only open file, right? So it makes simple sense to play. Okay. Yeah.
So here he went for knight b8. So yeah, this idea also okay. I was not very. I was feeling like white should be very much better here. I thought during the game I was thinking like that, because when he has to play moves like knight b8 and all during this kind of thing, he's repositioning his knight, that I understood, but I thought he had to go for much more concrete ideas, I thought.
Or maybe was his plan more to get the king to d7 and then rook c8 and try to, maybe walk the king to king queen side?
Yeah, mainly he was trying to make this b4 idea work. So he will put his knight on c6 and play b4 and
got it.
b4 and just extend my light square bishop. So that's what he was thinking, I thought. So then I thought then it is the right moment for me to go for my actual plan, that g4 f5. So here I went for g4.
Yeah.
So yeah, here actually I missed a very natural idea after what he played. Like he played h5.
Okay.
So this concept was kind of occurring to me like 3 to 4 times it occurred to me, like he played h5 and automatically I went for h3. Like I spent very little time and I went h3. So this automatic reaction I was going for so many times during some of my other games. So here f5 was a brilliant idea here.
Okay.
And it was and white is close to winning actually.
Okay, at g4, f6.
Yeah, g4 and yeah, what I missed was that fe6 and fe6, fg6, both the captures I was thinking they both are same. Likewise, I was kind of hallucinating in my head.
Okay.
But there was a difference to it. The main point was
yeah.
Yeah,
the difference?
Yeah, mainly like fg6 here for f5 hg4. If I play fg6, then gf3, gf7, king d7. So that position, when I was evaluating, I thought black is fine because the king is safe on d7.
Yes, correct. Okay. If you can just make it on the board, just so that it would help me, that line.
Yeah, this position.
And the king is very safe on d7 and he has one extra piece, right? So
yeah.
And
so
your king is also on g1, a bit exposed.
Yeah. So this position I calculated and I evaluated, and I thought, okay, black is fine. So black should be the one pushing for the win. So and I somehow thought like fp6 is also the same thing.
Okay.
So and I stopped calculating there, and then I just directly went for h3.
Okay.
So the main point was that for f5, hg4,
Yes,
fp6
please.
was different because the e6 was is the main pawn. So
Yeah.
that pawn when you play cf3, ef7. So this simple thing I I kind of somehow I blacked out.
And if king goes to d7 here, I understand f8 is good, but what if d7 still
Yeah,
queen takes f3,
d7. Yeah,
right?
since there's no e6 pawn, I think that should be much more better because I have this strong pawn chain in the center. Also, the d5 pawn would be falling.
Yeah, so queen takes f3, threatening queen
Yeah,
d5, and if he goes knight b4 or something to defend, I think you can even play a3, yeah, and allow knight d3 with queen takes d5,
yeah, yeah.
something
Maybe.
like that. Okay.
Yeah, queen d5, e6, g5.
Or
Yeah,
also you're just also threatening queen g4 check and push the king to d8 if knight b4 here, yeah,
yeah.
something like that.
Yeah, I had
Okay.
so many ideas because yeah, the g5 is pawn itself is kind of acting as a barrier towards my king. And also the e6, the main chain pawn is not there, so
Yeah. Yes. Correct.
this should be much better, I thought. But
Okay.
how I missed this, I don't know.
Okay.
So for h5, I like immediately played h3. Like it should be the move. Likewise, I thought
Yeah.
it. And after this, yeah, after this he played b4. So he got what he wanted,
Yeah.
and yeah, and he extended my the good bishop. Uh, and yeah, and I went towards the h5. So the here mostly both of our kings kind of look safe, even though they are not castled and all. His king is safe in the center, and my king is safe in the king side. Like all the pawns, they are acting as barriers. So mainly who will occupy the open file likewise was the space thing was the battle here, I think.
Okay. So by that logic, just general logic question. I mean, okay, I see that you want to go rook h1 to occupy h file, but generally we say don't
Mm.
exchange pieces if you want to have space advantage, right? If you have space and so on. But here you are okay with exchanging the rooks because you thought you will get entered the 7th rank. Yeah, rook h7.
Yeah. Also I was hoping for my f5 break, so I
Okay.
thought this would compensate
For that.
for it.
Okay.
And what he planned here was also very right because he played queen a6 here. He immediately wanted to exchange my queen because he saw this f5 plan. And I did not want to exchange my queen because although rook h7 and so many active moves are there for me, it was they were not so concrete during the game because always he can defend the f7 pawn with king e8, knight d8, and he can just simply defend. Like I did not know how to proceed, how to break through. Like f5 plan I will have in the future,
Okay.
but I did not exactly know how it would turn out
The way
because
I am thinking in that position is I'm somehow seeing like rook h8, knight g5, knight h7, knight f6, and trying to some rook e8 checkmate, something like that. If queen
yeah,
exchanges, that is
I was also kind of looking at that kind of ideas, but the main
yeah,
point I will not have so much time
of
also
course.
because
Yeah,
like rook c6 and he can occupy the c file and
correct, correct. Yeah.
towards my queen side he can come. So
Okay, okay, makes
I
sense.
thought yeah, and here he went for queen d2.
Mm-hmm.
So yeah, from here it all started like so here I went for rook h7.
Okay.
I was wanting to kind of I wanted to tie down his pieces. So he will he'll go rook f8 or some knight d8. Okay, rook f8 is a natural thing. Also,
Yes.
in the future, if he plays rook f8, then I will have some f5 ideas, bishop h6 kind of ideas.
True.
Also, for knight d8, also there are some ideas like the same
F5
f5
as
break.
well there.
Yeah, here I was not expecting what he played. I
Okay.
was uh, I was kind of expecting some. I was expecting knight d8 actually here,
Okay.
but
With knight d8, what did you had in mind? What would you
yeah,
do?
I was thinking towards f5 only mostly.
But to f5, there is one problem, no? The queen may come queen g6 check. So you need to be careful of that.
Yeah. During game, I was thinking ef5, gf5, gf5.
Yeah.
And I was looking at some e6 plans, but I was not sure how it would have turned out.
Okay.
But during the game, I was thinking about some e6 kind of ideas. But
Okay.
I don't know. But at the end, black should be fine, I think,
Okay. Makes
in those
sense.
lines as well.
That
Because
makes
the
sense.
tactics was not coming as expected because I have some pieces left. So,
Yeah, makes sense. Okay.
so, so I was expecting knight e8, and I thought I'll just complicate something because I started to complicate.
Yeah.
But I was not seeing where they are going to end. So,
And so, but
and
he
here,
ended up playing Queen C4. Yeah.
yeah, he played queen c4. Then everything kind of changed my thinking because now it will be like a race. I
Yes.
can't defend a2 pawn,
Yeah.
and everything here started to complicate.
Okay.
So I went for rook
That's
f7.
the
He
fine.
took on a2, and yeah, and here actually he had a winning position after this. He got a winning position after this, but he did not find the exact thing. Like
Okay.
the position was very complicated after this.
Okay.
I played queen d3. So I thought my main logic was that even if he makes a queen, I should be in time to break down his king's fort. Likewise, I was thinking.
Okay.
So that was my main logic. So he played a3
And
on
useless.
d6. Yeah, and here actually he should have taken ab2. So ab2 was the winning plan.
Okay. A B2 and then you play knight D2 to
Yeah,
stop the
knight
pawn
d2,
from promotion
and
and
yeah,
make sure. Yeah.
now he should understand this thing. Like even though my queen and rooks are very close to his king,
Yes.
uh, they're not leading anywhere. Like I always need my minor pieces to do something. So that was the
Okay.
main point.
Okay.
So he had like queen a3 and rook h8. This idea I can't kind of.
But
It
if you
was so
play
strong.
rook h7, what is the like? What is like? How will black cannot really push the pawn to queen? No, like so you're still doing. You're fine. No, after rook h8, rook h7, king f2, rook h8, rook h7.
Mm,
Like
yeah, I
how
think.
will black promote the b pawn? Right. If black cannot promote the b pawn, then you're kind of doing good. No, as white.
Yeah, but I do think what I thought was. Um, I thought one idea during the game, like what is that? um, like
Maybe it is something like knight
my
a5,
attack
knight
won't work.
c4, something like knight a5, knight c4, trying to remove the knight
Uh,
from d.
no, I thought okay, then also f5 will be there, but during the game I was thinking like my knight and queen will be tied to this b pawn, so he can go queen c3 and the d4 pawn will fall. So that
Okay.
thing I was thinking, and then
Okay.
yeah, mainly that idea only I think.
But
Maybe
for queen c3 also you okay. So I want to play but you can play f5 there, no, for queen c3.
yeah.
F5
f5 is
because
better. Yeah,
if
queen
queen
e2 is
takes
not.
d2, bishop d2, and
Hmm.
b1 queens, you have fe6 tactics, and you pick the queen on b1.
Yeah. I think I'm missing something here. Yeah, maybe 95 94 is the point.
Knight a5, f5,
F5
knight c4 because then e3 is hanging.
Hmm.
So you need to make so if white plays knight takes c4, let's say d takes c4,
Hmm.
f6. Again, that still doesn't seem clear to me yet as if it's really winning for. I mean, I think white looks more convincing to me there as well, to be
Yeah,
honest.
there's one queen d3, queen e7. Yeah,
But that will be at least be a perpetual check, right? There.
yeah.
27 on that position. Yeah, it just doesn't seem very clear to me as well. Like if it's
Yeah. It was not
for,
clear, but
yeah.
somehow I don't know what
Okay.
I'm missing, but
If you
somehow
can just
it's not.
make those lines on the board alone so that
Yeah,
so that people kind of know the
yeah,
line that you're the knight a5 line especially and all that. Yeah.
yeah. So here,
Rook h8, rook h7, rook h7, queen h7, and then knight a5 we were talking about, right? Knight
yeah,
a5, f5. And yeah, just f5 and white, right, knight c4, knight c4, d4, f6, queen d3. I think
or
maybe you might be able to walk to a4 with your king.
yeah, or else maybe instead of knight a5, maybe king c7.
King c7, still f5.
Yeah, for f5, I thought queen d3.
Okay. So you want to stop that fe6 check. Very
Uh,
clever. Yeah, very clever idea. But for king c7, then maybe I'll play g5 instead of f5. I'll try to push my g pawn.
G5. So for yeah, then G5 means then maybe I'll play king B6 and the same.
Yeah, I cannot still play g6. That is, I mean, because you have queen d3.
Yeah,
But
yeah, indeed.
for king b6, if I come queen to b1,
Uh,
but then I think it's kind of the pressure is gone. Yeah, you'll go queen c3 and because
yeah.
when I go g6, you'll play bishop f8 and you will stop the pawn.
Mm, yeah.
So yeah,
I
that
was
is
I was looking at some, but after rook h8, rook h7, during the time I was feeling. I thought black was the one to press. I had
okay.
I had some evaluation
Okay.
like this.
Okay, got
I
it.
don't
Okay.
exactly.
So let's get back to the game. So if you can.
Yeah. So here he went for queen b2. So this actually, I was quite surprised to see this.
Okay.
I thought AB2 was the better choice,
Yeah, yeah.
but he went for this Queen B2 because this is allowing the everything, I
Mhm.
attacking thing for me. So he
And if
went
he
for
goes a2, what was your plan? If he plays a2 here?
yeah. Always my plan was to go F F5.
f5, a1 queens,
Yeah, F5, A1 queens, Queen E6,
king
and I was
c7,
King C7, and I was thinking at Rook E7.
knight e7,
Knight E7, Queen E7.
king. That is a repetition, no? I'll just move like
No, actually, I thought white will have something there because I have like E5 and F5 pawn, and I have the dark square bishop. So they both will combine and do something. I thought, but
But
that way,
what if I keep my king on b8 and b7, like king b8, king b7, something like that in that position? Like, because I see if I try to come to b6, you will pick up the d5 pawn and then you will try to play d5 pawn check at some point.
yeah.
I see that point. So I'll try to keep my king on b7, b8 as much as possible. So even if you pick up d5 pawn, you still need to spend one tempo to play like bishop f4 or something if you want to play e6. But funnily, in that position also, I see no queen e1 or queen g1. There's no check on the white.
Yeah. No, mainly the point was I was thinking about using this F4 B8 diagonal because yeah, if you play King B7, King B8, like Queen D6 check I can have,
Yeah.
and then maybe Queen C6 check and some E6 maybe. I don't know.
No, I think you'll put the queen on d7. When the king is on b8, you'll just simply play bishop f4
Yeah,
and try to play e6.
yeah, something
Yeah,
like
something
that.
like that.
Yeah,
And
also
I
we
think
were
the
very,
only difference might be like something like queen c1. Black might have to give up the new queen on c1 to stop
yeah,
the
yeah. Yeah,
right?
it was
Very
during the game we
fascinating.
were under huge time pressure also.
Okay,
So it was we were going some nuts kind of like
got it. Okay,
he went for rook e8.
yeah,
I played f5
yeah,
and here also there are so many crazy lines. Like I was expecting a2 here,
okay.
but I don't know where it is leading. But
Knight d. So you just went knight d8.
yeah,
Right.
he went for knight d8.
Okay,
This is actually a mistake.
okay.
So I went for bishop g5.
f5.
So he
Thanks.
played a2, bishop e7, a1 queen.
And if
And
he plays rook e7, what is the idea instead of queens? If rook e7 here,
yeah, I thought rook e7 will win because I can just simply play rook e7, king e7, and queen g7.
and if king e8, you will
King
play
e8, I
f6.
have f6. So
Okay,
knight
and
f7, queen g8, queen f7, and then I
yes.
can also queen the f pawn. But
Makes sense. Correct. Yeah. Okay.
and yeah, when he played a1 queens, here actually I missed a win. After the game, after the game only I knew that. Like,
Okay.
but during the game, I thought what I played was the winning line. But
Okay.
after the game, I realized that there is another brilliant
Okay.
idea.
And what is that other? What is the line that you played? What is the one that was
Yeah, I
winning?
played bishop takes d8. That was
Okay.
very natural to me. Like, I thought that should be winning.
Okay.
But he came up with a great move. I actually completely missed that.
Okay.
So here the main bishop d6 was winning.
Okay.
But the point to realize that it is winning was very tough because knight f7, queen f7,
King
queen
c7.
c6, and I will have the rook. But
Yeah.
here here the winning move is bishop takes b4, and and it's winning.
What is the logic of this move? What is?
Yeah, the logic was that queen takes b4 is not possible. Like queen
Yeah. So if
b8.
let's say if black gives a pass, like black does nothing, how does white win here? What is the? How do you win? If the queens are
Yeah,
just staying connected, let's say I play some queen b1 or something like that.
yeah. The point is to queen one of my pawn. That is the point I think.
Okay.
To put his king in a weak spot, like I'll keep check and I'll take all the pawns
Okay.
and I'll just threaten something and I'll push.
That's nice. Okay.
Yeah, but this position is completely winning for white.
Wow. Okay. Very nice. Interesting. Like bishop, knight, and like 3 or 4 pawns against the queen. Interesting
Yeah.
material and balance. Okay. Sounds good.
So this I did not realize during the game.
Yeah.
But so I played bishop d8, and he went for king d8. So
Okay.
here I was thinking f6 and I was seeing nothing because I thought I'm completely winning. Rook d7 and queen e8. I thought he can't ever stop that.
Okay.
So I was thinking everything is good, but then he came up with king c8. This simple move I missed. Like all the candidate moves I saw, but
Okay.
but the one candidate move with the king I completely missed,
Wow.
and
Yeah.
here I was very low on time also here.
Yeah.
So here I spent some. I was like I had some 15 or 17 minutes I think I don't.
Okay.
And here I spent some 9 to 10 minutes and I found one brilliant move, the only move in this position.
Okay.
So that was rook a7.
Okay.
So this I thought this should win because the point was queen a7,
Yeah.
queen e8, king c7, queen d7. I take the a7 queen and I play e7 and he can't defend with the
The queen cannot come from b2 and defend the
yeah,
e8 square.
yeah.
Fantastic. Yeah. Nice. Nice.
That was a point. And I thought you'll not have any move.
Defense. Okay.
Yeah, but again he defended quite good actually.
Rook h8.
This
Okay.
position is already winning for white, but again I made a mistake after this.
Wouldn't not simply e7 win? Oh, e7 there's queen a4.
Yeah,
Yeah.
queen a4 I was thinking.
Okay. Okay. Got it.
But yeah, here he played queen g7, rook d8, e7, rook
Rook
e8.
e8.
Yeah, here actually there is one idea which is
Okay.
winning, the only idea which is winning, but
Okay.
I missed that idea.
I mean, just like from outset, when I'm thinking, I might be terribly wrong, but something like Queen F8, G5, G6, G7 is what first thing that comes to my mind. I don't know if that would be the right idea because B3, B2 is also fast, but I still see, let's say Queen F8, Queen A4, G5, B4, G6, B3, G7, B2. Yeah, I think, but that pawn race wins, but I don't know, maybe King D7 is, no, King D7, that is E6 check, no? So,
yeah, no, but Queen A4, G5.
I think we'll go Queen D7 and pick up the E7 pawn there. I think that is the problem. Yeah.
Yeah.
We'll go Queen D7 and Queen E7. So
Hmm.
maybe I should have to play E6 first then but then am I a move short? Yes, then I'm a move
Yeah,
short.
then
So
yeah, he will have some moves also.
because there is Queen G6, because the line is Queen F8, Queen A4, E6, B3, G5, B2, G6, B1 queens, G7, Queen G6 check. And everything is defended in that
Yeah,
position. Correct.
yeah.
So what is the winning line? Reveal it.
Yeah, the winning line was Queen F6. This actually, the point was mainly to bring the knight. So to combine the queen and knight, and then that was the point. Actually,
Okay.
during the game, I saw this idea, like knight h4, knight f5 idea I saw, but
Okay.
I missed one idea. Like I was expecting, I was calculating this like queen f6, queen a4, knight h4, queen b3, sorry, queen a3,
Okay.
and king f4, queen c1 check. And in this position, during the game, I somehow didn't realize. I don't know. I somehow didn't feel king f5 during the game.
Okay.
I don't know how. I was thinking like it's a perpetual. You just keep checks, and I
Yeah.
can't escape. Likewise, I was thinking during the game.
Okay.
I don't know how I missed king f5.
Okay. Yeah.
So,
Makes sense.
and yeah, king f5, the escape square is there also. Then you can join like king e6, king f7, and then simply bring the knight and it's win.
Okay. But for King F5, if he plays B3, what will you do? Because there's no knight F5, no, anymore. King F5, B3.
Okay, first, okay, maybe queen e6 check is there, first of all.
Queen E6, King B8. Queen D6 if you give. Oh, you're saying you will just give a check and pick up the B3 pawn,
Okay,
no?
yeah, maybe I can just take the b3 pawn, that is one idea. Or else, um,
But I'm not so sure because you lose your E7 pawn in almost.
yeah, I lose my e7 pawn. Yeah, but yeah,
And but if you
maybe.
exchange queens there, you will still win because the knight and 2 pawns is more than enough, but you have to force queen exchange there to ensure it.
Maybe I have one idea. Like I can avoid all the checks. Like I will take the b3 pawn. So queen b6 check I will go.
Yeah, okay.
So king c8, then okay, king c8, queen b3,
Okay.
and rook e7. For that I thought king f6 maybe.
Okay. Okay.
My
Yeah.
idea is knight f5.
Yeah.
Okay, can I play it out?
Yeah, please go ahead.
Okay. So here,
B3, queen check, right? Okay, queen E6, king B8, queen B6 check, king C8.
yeah, king b6.
Okay. Or can you maybe do a backward check, like queen A6, queen B5, backward spiral, and try to capture when the king is on B8. Like if queen A6 here,
Okay, yeah.
but maybe king d7, but then there's queen b7. No, that is that might be better because the queen will be very passive for black if the queen goes to c7 compared to being on c7.
Hmm. Yeah,
And also I
okay.
can't go king b8 because of queen b5 check. So I'm forced to play king c7 here.
Yeah, okay.
And
Yeah,
then
yeah.
queen a5 looks tempting to me. Some sort of backward spiral looks good.
Yeah, okay. Maybe here king c7 is kind of forced. So
Yeah, king c7 is forced, and you will play queen a5 check.
yeah. Queen or else I can even play queen a7, no? You can't do king c6 due to queen a4.
Yes, he has to go king c8.
King c8 and then again queen a8 check.
King d7, queen d5, king e7, and the knight b6 is mate. Knight g6 is mate.
Yeah. So queen d5
Yeah.
and then he has to go king c7 or something like
Yes,
that.
but then you are winning. I mean, you'll give one more check and you'll pick up the pawn on
Yeah.
So that is straightforward. Nice. Yeah. Okay. So okay, so this is winning then. Okay.
Yeah, here, but I went for queen f7.
Okay.
So here the same idea it's not working
Okay. So
because
how did the game continue? How did the game end? Yeah.
so the game and queen a4,
Okay.
queen d5,
Yeah.
rook e7, and I don't know, like this position was uh, practically I won the game because
Yeah.
we both had a very little time
Mm-hmm.
and I had the coordination with my pieces, so it was like I can't blunder in time pressure,
Yeah.
even if I play any rash move and all. But
Yeah.
he can. But objectively, the computer was showing it as a draw, but I did
Yeah.
not know what idea saying that.
True. Makes sense. Yeah.
But yeah, I was just pushing the pawns, and
Uh-huh.
he was also pushing the pawns,
So
and
yeah, can
suddenly,
you just show how the game ended? Yeah, would be great.
yeah. So yeah, in b6,
D5,
d7,
B3, D6, and
e6.
E6.
And yeah, and here he resigned. Like
Because you're having queen E5 check and E7.
yeah.
Yeah, that's
Mm.
just fantastic. Great. Thanks for showing two games. Very detailed, more than, like I think a lot of interesting lines in that. So
Mm.
yeah, thanks, Srihari. So I have some final questions. I know it's been a long interview, so just few more
Mm.
questions. So